what if every relationship you're in, I'll tell you this, you're going to run out of patience. And you could just say, I'm going to try really hard not to get as angry as I did last time. All right, that's thicker walls. I'm all for that. What if instead you had access to somebody who had greater patience than you do? What if when you run out of compassion, you had access to a greater reservoir of compassion? What if when it came to forgiveness, you're like, I cannot forgive that person after what they did. But what if you had access, not just to keep controlling your bitterness, but a greater resource or reservoir of forgiveness? Wouldn't it be better to not just have thicker walls, but to actually have a greater capacity? That's what God offers. But you got to turn from just working on those walls being thicker and self-sufficiency to saying, I need someone else from above. Think about that through our metaphor of the different reels, right? Like I said, many of these serve you well. They've served me well. I can handle it. Until you can't. Toughen up. It's a good thing to toughen up. Many of us need to toughen up. I've certainly been toughened up the last 20 years. But what if that's not all there is? Not thinking about it served me well. It's allowed me to accomplish some things I didn't have time to process until later. But what if that can't sustain you long term? And just trying harder isn't going to hold all that pressure in? What if instead I began to think wiser thoughts? Satisfaction doesn't come from one more hill, one more project, one more win. It actually comes from a different source above. And man, my marriage doesn't need us just to try harder. We need access to a greater resource. We need God to work in both our lives to be able to do something here. And maybe the pressure relief valve I need is more margin in my life. I haven't thought about putting margin in my life. And I need more capacity from somewhere beyond me.